What does it take to find love these days? Huh? What's your greatest strengths? How do you love? I'll tell you all the nuances about you, dating, what kind of gifts you want, what kind of marriage you want, what kind of person you want to live with and don't want to live with, and of course how you love, how you lust, what you're drawn after, who chases you, and your greatest lesson, which is often a weakness. Your birthday love and lust report has that answer. We'll reveal your secrets on video at secretsofbirthdays.com. Hello and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Rayman Witecki, your soul biographer here to help you put the parts of the planets into your soul story. And I've got good news. Many have asked. I am now open for personal readings. If you come down right now to soulmart.me and buy a 1-hour reading at my normal rate, which is $116 an hour, I will throw in a free Secrets of Birthdays video. That's right. And right now when you book, you can immediately request a date. So we're trying to upgrade this whole system. Come on down to soulmart.me while supplies of me last. I do kind of book pretty quickly, but I'm excited to get in front of new clients again. And of course, repeat clients can come down as well, always, for the standard rate. Well, we've got a lot going on. The sun's moving into Pisces. We've got Mercury retrograde this week, and we've got a major conjunction with opening our psychic intuition. So without further ado, let's take the Ascension elevator and talk all about you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. While riding the Ascension elevator, objects and mirrors are closer than they appear. In the unlikely event of a water landing, you have a Pisces under your seat. Cabin crew, please prepare for gut check.
And here we are up at 33,000 feet, and this will be covering, of course, the stories of Aries and Aries risings. And if you have a Lightcast report card, we call this an action engineer personality type. Now, this week is a shifted week. We're going to shift out of one and into a new state of awareness. As we begin on Monday, the sun will move into Pisces. This means you'll be focusing on your subconscious state of awareness. This runs from intuition to faith all the way up to metaphysics. But in the beginning, it's not so much fun. It's about clearing the weeds in your soul garden. The weeds are the spiritual junk in your trunk that go back to childhood. The self-sabotaging behavior could be a past life relationship with someone, could be a karmic relationship that you've been working on all this life and now you finally come to an end to it. But whatever it is, the universe is putting a lot of investment on Aries and action engineers to clear out their spiritual junk in their trunk and get to their core inner faith. That's the core story, and that transitions this week. Now, this week we're going to go from 0 to 6 degrees. That's from 0 to step 6. That means you're going to go from introduction to what your weeds and fear is, all the way up to maintaining balance. So by the end of the week, you will restore balance. As you can see, there are several planets in this sector of consciousness, and you'll be crossing Neptune. More on that in a little bit later. Another story that will get a break, thank goddess for that, is Saturn in Scorpio. It goes retrograde as of Monday. This has been a push for Aries to find faith in themselves. That meant facing fears, basic fears, crossing boundaries, or, for instance, finding out that people were crossing your boundaries or betraying you. So this finally gets a break at step 11. It will remain retrograde until July 8th. That means you're going to see the repercussions of the work you did or didn't do when it comes to personal intimacy, kind of clearing those trust and intimacy issues between you and you. And then lastly, the other story that's in major effect right now is I Protect, pushing ahead with career and legacy. And right now, this week again, it's time to just love and trust where you are so far. This is a long transit. It doesn't wrap until 2024. Now, I've kind of redesigned the horoscopes one more time based on people's comments. Now we're going to keep it even simpler. We're going to go through Sunday through Sunday. We're going to do it outer space. And if I have any extra notes for planets, I'm doing it up there in one presentation. So let's fly up in outer space and look at your 7-day forecast. So up here in space, we're going to keep it pretty simple. We're going to lay down the Mr. Happies. We're going to lay down the 7-day forecast, but I'm going to try to just tell you a day by day so you can go back through the video if you need to and see what's going to happen. Now, the day starts, of course, on Sunday. So on Sunday, it's cloudy with a chance of moodiness. This is because the moon and sun are working together and emotion and passion are kind of ruling you. And of course, you're being tested on your endurance when it comes to staying the course with where you want to be or where you belong in society. That was what you worked on for nearly a month: belonging, friendships, context, titles, etc. So Sunday is kind of a moody day, I think, and you're going to be a bit tested on your endurance. Then on Monday, cloudy and rather pensive. 0 rules the day, so it is a Pluto ruled day. 0 means 0. The moon is in Gemini, so emotions and thoughts are going hand in hand. And the moon is crossing over Jupiter on Monday. And so as a result, you might get an expansion of idea, an explosion of thoughts, or you might find something out on Monday you didn't want to know. But unfortunately, knowing is half the battle, right? Let's not forget you are moving into this new weird no man's land of 0 degree and into your subconscious. So even a lot of things going on in your mind might really be subconscious stuff. This is also, I have to say, a very heavy dream period for people. So Monday is going to probably feel a bit weird. Pluto's ruling the day. It's a death line between the two. And I think because you're starting a subconscious transit, not much fun there either. Now, I do want to point out, we have this weird yod going on Monday, where the universe is definitely saying, allow your mind to flow through. See at the bottom there, the moon is crossing over Jupiter. This is going to be the expansion of emotions hitting your mind or your attitude or information you don't want to know. But the universe is really focused with this yod on just allowing your emotions and mind to interact. See this red line here to the side? This is your mind having fears with your subconscious and the beginning of the weed transit. So whatever your weeds are, they might on Monday come up as simply fears going on. On Tuesday, it's sunny and things turn around. You are chatty. That's because I love rules the day. We're in the I love period. And this is where you are remembering why you love yourself or connecting to spirit. So the universe kind of tricks you a little bit. Plus, the moon is trining Venus. So you're really starting to feel your place in society. Maybe you're starting to see some results of last month's work. So Tuesday overall, I think is going to feel really good, even though you're kind of getting into a subconscious transit. On Wednesday, it's sunny, nesting, and resting. That's because the moon will shift into Cancer, so emotions need to be tended to themselves. Also, this is a very cloudy day. See the little Neptune icon there under Wednesday? The sun will conjunct Neptune on this day. So really, this is a very deep, very psychic, subconscious day. On top of that, we have a grand trine, a soul pyramid going on between the moon, Saturn in Scorpio, and the sun in Pisces. What this means is you're going to have emotions or spiritual awareness connect 3 parts of your awareness. On the one hand, the sun, which is your subconscious and the weeds, so stuff coming up from the subconscious. Saturn retrograde, which means you're feeling safe or not feeling safe from those personal boundaries. And then your overall emotional state awareness is bueno or not bueno. So what usually happens is you need to nest and rest on this day so you can connect, allow your emotions to flow. And this is emotions catching up to the month's lesson. Again, remember that is on Wednesday. On Thursday, Jupiter rules the day. You are cloudy but feeling grounded. The moon is in Cancer. You are going to come to a major head with the opposition with Pluto. So during Thursday, you might feel this tug of war going on between the needs to go push that career story forward and then just the actual emotional needs of being a human on Earth and all that. So on Thursday, you might feel that tug of war. But because Jupiter rules the day on Thursday, you might see an option you didn't know you had. Okay, and with that option, you might see opportunity. Now, there's also an interesting, here is the soul pyramid going on, and as you can see, the moon opposes Pluto here, that red line, and so although we soul pyramid around, now we oppose. So this is the career versus home and family, but I think on Thursday, things will perk up, all right? Then we get to Friday. And unfortunately, Friday is not going to be fun at all because it is a Uranus ruled day. That means there's a chance of breakdown. So if your weeds and issues have not caught up to you as of Friday, they will now. On top of that, the moon is trining Mars. And so there's this aggressive energy going between your emotions trying to ground and the subconscious trigger. So this is probably the day where if you haven't figured out what the weed is, you will by Friday. So it's not a very fun Friday, unfortunately, for the Rams. And when I say by weed, I mean, well, yes, you have a drinking problem, or yes, that person is cheating on you, or yes, you do always end up in that bad situation, that could have been a situation. So the whole point is, unfortunately, Friday is the bad news, but after Friday, I don't think there's much bad news. Then on Saturn day, Mercury rules the day. You are cloudy but creative. The moon moves into the house of inner child. So your inner child's going to perk up. And the worst has happened, like I said. What's weird is this is the day, on the Mercury ruled day, we're Mercury retrograde. So this whole week you have been exploring inner weeds, exploring inner faith issues, and thinking through the process. I would think Friday, the breakdown, was a head trip, and so that is the excuse to rethink everything. We're going to be in Mercury retrograde now for 3 solid weeks, where now the energy or your mind rescoots over inner faith, even goes so far back as to reconsider your place in society or reconsider where you want to aim with your utopias. And so Saturday is a cloudy day, but the moon in Leo means your inner child's alive. So maybe whatever broke down is freedom now. So if you had something break down that was bad on Saturday, you're like, woohoo, I'm free. Then finally on Sunday, sunny and childlike. The week will end on a positive note, and that's because the moon will be in Leo and Venus will rule the day. So giving and receiving will be restored. Of course, you're working on your connection to your higher self. So by giving and receiving, we're talking about you have faith again. You are feeling that inner faith. So thank Goddess for Venus. Mercury is retrograde, so watch your tongue, don't sign any contracts, and be careful what you say to soulmates. Don't forget, all this subconscious weed work is going to go directing with Mercury, so we are just starting to understand what it is. And on Sunday, I think you're feeling really good, but the story has just begun. We're going to be diving really deep. All right, well, let's wrap up, shall we? This week in my toast of gratitude, I'm going to be grateful to me. That's right. That's because the sun is in Pisces, and I want to set an example of self-compassion. Really, you should be grateful for yourself this week. That's the beginning of real spirituality. Before we can tolerate others, we have to tolerate ourselves. And this is the week more than any to honor yourself, honor what you've done, and be compassionate to you. All right. Now, by the way, I have a GA guided hangouts every Monday at 12 noon. If you've purchased a Lightcast report card, come on down. I will tutor you during this hour. I also show up and talk to anyone that shows up. Come on down. I'm always there on Mondays at 12 noon Pacific. And by the way, if you are a part of GA Text right now, I will be sending you those guided hangouts. So from now on, I'm going to be sending out videos that you might have missed. That's all part of being watched over by the Guardian Agency. These are texts I watch every day. If you'd like to start the service for just one penny, email or text or both, come on down to gatext.me. All right, folks, that's all I have for this week. I love you, and I will see you next week. Remember, be grateful to yourself and live, love, be.